for the Rich Rebels. Blood will tip off against Carson Muirbrook. Tip comes to the Rebels. Left corner three on the way. Got it. Bryce Canyon City 3. Ridge Lundgren to start the Rebels off.
You know, Ridge leads the team in three-pointers. They're going to have to watch him today, especially with that quick start.
And there's a takeaway by Ridge. He slows it down, gives it back to Desch. Ridge penetrates the middle, kicks it left corner. Baseline drive off the glass, put up and in. Carter Hoffman, 5 quick points.
Boy, I'll tell you, Rich is really active off the dribble, and Piute's going to have to guard the perimeter.
For sure. And then when you spread out to guard the perimeter, it leaves your middle wide open. Inside, out, three-pointer on the way, won't go for Will Myers. Outlet pass, he slid back early, blocked by Westwood. 3 on the way, rims over. Jessen with the rebound for the T-Birds.
Nice rebound there. I really like the activity coming from Rich right now. They're really quick on the ball. They're in a 2-3 zone, and Piute's trying to figure this one out.
And that zone is extended up above the three-point line, so the back line should be open. Westwood with a jumper from the top of the key won't go.
I thought Piute really attacked the zone well there. They just got to get their shots to fall a bit.
Desch yo-yos up top, slows it down, waits for the, well, he was waiting for Muirbrook to work his way up to the top of the key. Dribble drive penetration blocked by Westwood. Westwood crosses over, taken away, going the other way for Rich, put up and in. Hoffman.
Really quick hands out there for Rich. Looks like Piute's trying to slow it down and really get into their rhythm.
Left side, Dalton double teamed. Blood, baseline, spins. Looks, Taven Jessen, 3 on the way, looks good and is. Bryce Canyon City 3 from the big man.
Boy, if you needed to get off and get going, that was what Piute needed. Let's see if they can ride some momentum.
And there's a turnover by the Rebels on the other end. Jessen had a big 3 in that Wendover game late to either tie it up or give him a lead. You think, oh, the big man outside. It's a different game today.
That is a fantastic touch. You know, you see that all the time as you get into college and the pro game. A big man that can go inside out is trouble for defenses.
Yeah, because do you put a guard on him or do you put a big man on him and then he can go around?
Isn't there always a mismatch, Mike? And that's what you like. David, what did you play in high school?
So, you know, the cool part about these little schools is you can play a lot of different sports, but on the basketball floor I was 1-2. I played for Panguitch, actually, teammates with Coach Barney. I always tell people when they're interviewing, say, hey, I think Coach Barney never saw a three-pointer he didn't like. But yeah, guard, played in Panguitch. Mike for the rival school, Bryce Valley, which my wife's from.
Jessen in the corner 3. That's put back up by Dalton.
You know, Dalton did a great job there. He didn't bring that down low. He keeps it high and kisses it off the glass. Really a quick shot.
Yeah, sign of really, really good coaching. And I'll tell you, the three-pointers going up easy tonight. I think a lot of those are going to fall.
Desch with the travel, so back-to-back turnovers for Rich is allowing the T-Birds to battle in. Westwood gets the shot up, won't go. Dalton with the rebound. Blood.
These turnovers and offensive rebounds are allowing Piute to get back in this game. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Meyer 3 long off the back iron. Rebound. Rebels going the other way. Hoffman won't go. Rebound out of bounds off Blood. So a stat that you don't see on the sheet is this T-Bird team, they're a good baseball school. Most of these kids play baseball too. They won 5 out of the last 6. Well, they had 5 in a row, state championships. Blood is a good baseball player, and every time I see him, he bats in work gloves.
Oh, you're kidding.
Long 2.
Wow. Let's see if that counts. It'll be interesting to see what this call is.
Foul
Did you see
before
that,
the
David?
shot or after?
Yeah, it looked like the foul came after.
Basket
They
counted.
counted. Looked like it came after that foul going against Jessen.
No, it would have. It was
23. Who was
on
it?
23. The foul is on Carter Hoffman. So anyway, anytime I look out there and see blood, I see him in brown leather work gloves in a batter's box because I coach baseball there for Bryce Valley opposing school. Anyway, it's just kind of funny.
You know, great opportunities.
Hard
with these
workers.
small southern schools, you know, play baseball, basketball, track.
You know,
We don't have a lot of. Well, Rich has football. Actually, the 8-man state champions this year.
Meyer to Westwood to Dalton. Jessen, 9-5, Rebels. Ball loose, picked up by the Rebels. Laid up, blocked by Westwood, and out of bounds.
So Westwood, Cole Westwood, Dad's the women's coach for the Piute T-Birds. He's had some great players, kids come through the program. They're in Piute High School over the years.
You know, these families have great legacies of sports in these towns, don't they? You see these names year after year.
Muirbrook drives, pulls up over Jessen for 2.
And a name from Rich County, Muirbrook. Seems like we've called a lot of Muirbrooks over the years,
All
Mike.
right, lot of Muirbrook points in these tournaments.
Jessen baseline, shot up and in.
Did you see that ball movement that time? That was textbook on how to attack a 2-3 zone.
The next dead ball, Tyler Gibb, our sideline reporter's got us a hit. Jessen gets the rebound and the foul will go on Muirbrook. Let's head down to the sideline for a quick update from Tyler Gibb.
Hey guys, these two teams met very early in the season. Piute won that one by 10. I asked the coaches what they can take away from that game. Coach Cornea said they've played a really difficult schedule and been battle tested, which has helped prepare them for matchups like this in the state tournament. Coach Jessen, on the other hand, for Piute, said we take away nothing. They were without their star player. I asked him if he even watched film from that game. He said, nope, it's a clean slate. Guys, back to you.
As the Rebels take it away. Thank you, Tyler.
Interesting the two approaches these coaches took to prepare for the game.
Muirbrook.
You know, a shot like that doesn't just happen. That takes hours of work, footwork in the gym for that little reverse pivot.
I thought that was a little bit of a Euro step, didn't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Good grief, Dirk Nowitzki out there.
Outlet pass ahead. Cornea. The Rebels just outpacing the T-Birds. They're getting up and down the court extremely fast.
Clearly, Coach Cornea saw something and is telling his teams to release early. They're clearing the boards and folks are getting out. They see opportunity to run.
Well, and one of the miss there, Westwood pushes it up, goes past 3, then the 4th.
Oh,
That's
Rebel.
as good a play as you will see, David, in
man.
any tournament. Holy cow.
and the Rebels answer with a similar, getting the ball up the floor quick, little layup on the fast break.
Yeah, you can see Coach Cornea saying, speed it up, speed it up.
You know, the T-Birds bench with one of their star players out sick without Jackson Westwood. Looking into Dalton.
After that region tournament, I came home. My kids,
Nice move by Dalton. Little reverse pivot, little mini hook.
my kids are good friends with the Westwoods and have played and competed against them. My boy Daxton said, ooh, that Jackson, he's a baller. And he's sick this game. And, you know, our hearts go out to him, and he definitely helped get the team to where they're at today.
Fake drive and one for Muirbrook.
Yeah, I think they're missing Jackson Westwood for sure. I took a look at some stats in the previous games, and boy, he carries the team at times.
Yeah, great offensive player, defender. He brings energy. But the T-Birds have options, and they're still in this game. Just down 8 points here in the first period.
Muirbrook at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Tries to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and does.
The old-fashioned way, Mike. I was a sophomore in high school when the three-point line came in. It was the craziest thing ever. But
You just
the
dated
game
yourself,
has
David.
changed
Yeah.
the game. It's changed the game a lot.
Don't you think? Some of us short guys could have had a chance. I might have stayed in basketball had the three-pointer been around.
Yeah, I remember my freshman year. I turned around, took the jump shot, and I thought, man, I was way out there. I can't believe I shot out that far, and I probably was inside the three-point line. I mean, you didn't shoot out that far very often.
Yeah, but you get some of these kids, they sit in those driveways and they shoot and they shoot. They get so good at these three-pointers.
Westwood left wing, pulls up, shimmy shakes,
Oh,
drains
my
the
goodness.
Bryce
Just like
Kingsley
that.
three.
Did you see that?
Just like that off the dribble.
I mean, my own socks are around my ankles right now, and I'm sitting here watching.
Lundgren for three. That one rims over. Rebound saved off of the T-Birds out of bounds. Heads up play by Cornea.
You know, Mike,
Oh, there you go. Lob over the top. Cornea, or Lundgren, sorry. Across the paint. Muirbrook.
Love the no-look pass there. Took the defense away. Easy two.
Dalton to Jessen. Back inside to
how about, go ahead, Mike, sorry.
to Will Meyer.
How about that inside-out movement with the ball? Really opened that up for
Jess-
that inside move.
You know, I am so impressed with Jessen. Such an intelligent player, the way he moves the ball, knows when to take his shots.
You know, we put an article, a little write-up today out about that. Coach Jessen, 25 years this year. This is his baby, Taven. I sent him a picture the other day with Taven on his shoulders and asked him if he would recreate that picture, but I don't think he could. Coach Jess and I coached baseball together when he was at Bryce Valley. He's been very successful with state championships at multiple schools. Taven's his baby, but you know, we put an article out there on our Facebook page, Utah High School Sportscast, about being able to call your coach dad, and what opportunity that is to Coach Jess.
Drake Weston makes the two free throws. Malaga the Ace Hardware free throw line, and then takes away the pass. And the Rebels an opportunity to double up there, and they don't. But 24-16 after one, you're watching 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by SUU on TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1.
Mom, we're going to Sam's.
Somebody shut the door! Ugh.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese. Welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center. This 1A State Championship semifinal championship game brought to you by Bryce Canyon Half Marathon on KSLSports.com and TeamHive.live.
Boy, I think Rich got the start that they wanted. To me, the key was they played with pace, and they probably had at least 6 points, perhaps even 8, the difference in the game on really semi or quasi-fast breaks.
I completely agree. 3-point basket, good. Dalton
just steps back and knocks it down. Another one of them Piute names.
And just like that, we're back, aren't we?
And back in it. Weston's pass tipped by Westwood, tipped out of bounds. Oh, looked like it.
All right, so hey, we've got a Fabrats question for you. Fabrats, a family-friendly, entertaining YouTube channel. Check them out. Email us the answer. Here's your question. Taylor Randall is in this broadcast booth with us. What is Taylor Randall's day job? Email us at uhsslive@gmail.com with the answer and win a Fabrats shirt. 3-point shot up, won't go. Westwood with the rebound for the T-Birds. Outlet pass ahead to Montague for three, rims off. Dalton with the putback, won't go. Dalton fighting for the ball, gets it out.
Yeah, and what hustle by Dalton on the floor, making things happen.
Pass inside, Montague tries to rip the rebound out. Not enough, Muirbrook, big strong Muirbrook pulls it away.
You know, and a good block. Good job by Desch getting in there and kind of making him adjust that shot.
High screen from Muirbrook. Desch goes away from it. Weston comes back our side. Hoffman to Muirbrook. Shimmies, goes right, spins back left, fouled by Dalton.
There's another one of those moves right there with that reverse pivot. Just doesn't happen overnight. That takes work.
Boy, I agree. It's there are a couple interesting matchups off the ball if you start watching. Carter Hoffman, very active, and he's been guarded by Will Myers. Will's got to keep an eye on him. You can see he's trying to go backdoor on him without him watching.
You know, Weston's been a little bit quiet. That's another one of them names from up in Rich County. Been a little bit quiet tonight, but doing a lot of work away from the ball. Doesn't necessarily need to be the scorer to help his team out, but he's moving the ball well and making sure that offense clicks.
Rich Rebels with the missed free throws, but the rebound and the missed three-point shot. Jessen with the rebound. 0 for 2 from Muirbrook from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. 24-19 Rebels. Blocked. Picked up by Lundgren. Ahead to Hoffman. Lundgren three won't go. Rebound, dribbled out of bounds by Hoffman.
They're saying Hoffman's foot was on the ground as he tries to bounce it off the defender. But, man, the T-Birds both looking. They got the box out. They just looked at that, and that rebound hit the floor. Nobody just attacking it, going after it.
Yeah, fortunate to get the ball back there, Piute. Let's see what they can do this possession.
Still whittling away that 5-point deficit. Dalton, free throw line, elbow in the corner. Westwood down low to Jessen. Outside to Dalton. Drives. Tipped out of there by, who was that? Cornea.
Rebound.
I couldn't get the name out.
Westwood looked at the three, drives in, scoops it up with his left hand. It's tipped away. Jessen tries to swat it out. Two out in front of the defense. Laid up and in on the other end. Ridge Lundgren. So we've got a winner on the Fabrats trivia. Ian Spalding. He's from Milford.
Man, he's from Milford.
That might ring a bell.
He won a shirt earlier today.
Ian Spalding. I tell you, I was in Milford a few months ago visiting, saw their football practice. We were down on a tour. Of course, there's a famous quarterback that I know from Milford High.
You know, I wasn't a big U football fan. I'm just going to tell you. Sorry, Taylor. But my house erupted in the Rose Bowl a few days ago. My kids come running in. Bryson's in the game. Woo. And it was I'm a fan now, just so you know.
Sam Rhodes emails in Tyler Ivy, Tegan Roundy, but the winner's Ian Spalding. And I'll give you the answer. You guys got it right. Taylor Randall is the president of the University of Utah. We appreciate you being with us here, Taylor.
Hey, I am absolutely thrilled to be down here. Love being here in Richfield with you guys. And just don't tell my boss that I'm moonlighting on it.
The over the back foul, is that going to go against?
It went on.
Have they put it up on the board yet?
Yeah, it's on 10. I don't have 10 on my.
That's what I say. I don't think they put it up. There you go, 34.
Oh, that's Carson Muirbrook, second foul.
Second.
Westwood for 3 off the back iron. Cole Myers with the putback. Misses. Blood with the rebound foul.
Yeah, kind of got a hand in there over the back, and officials having a little chat with him.
You know, I love the hustle plays down there. And to be honest, you look at Piute, they're only down 4. They haven't shot really well, particularly inside. And I think it's all that hustle. They've had a number of offensive rebounds, some great steals. It's keeping them in the game.
Hey, you know, Ian Spalding, winner of our Fab Rats trivia, his daughter Talia, she's with the Milford. She is 2 or 1 point away from 1,000 points in her career.
1,000 points.
Yeah, she should hit it tomorrow if she hits 1 or 2 points.
Kel Blood just got his second foul on the rebound down here. We're trying to go through a screen. He gets his third.
You think
And
that's
it's just
kind
a
of
frustration. It
foul?
was.
Sorry,
You could tell
Mike.
he was frustrated.
Ditto, you owe me a coat. There you go. But yeah, we were about.
Dash, nice look as backdoor cut. Cornea goes to the rack.
That was really good ball movement with him cutting through the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
Making it rain.
That was just fearless. I thought we saw Steph Curry out there for a second. Was he about at the letter?
He was almost to the letter. Cole Westwood feeling it tonight for that long Bryce Canyon City 3. Drive inside in the paint. Shot up over Jessen. Partially blocked. Saved in by Dalton. 25-28. Pass ahead.
Up. And
Those are gamble passes that Coach Jessen does not need or want. Rich was back on defense, and they needed to get down and get a score to try and close the lead. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching region or state championship basketball, brought to you by Garcane Propane on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
Joe Dolan Auto Body is a proud supporter of Piute High School athletics. Located in Circleville, Joe Dolan Auto Body can help with dents, scratches, paint jobs, and more. Give Joe a call today at 435-577-2442. Good luck, Region 20 teams.
Junction Town is your ATV destination, located in the middle of the Piute ATV trail system with the beautiful Beaver Mountains to the west and the Monroe Mountains to the east, and world-class trout fishing just minutes away. Wishing the T-Birds success.
The town of Kingston proudly supports all Piute High School athletes. Best of luck to all the hard-working Region 20 teams in the tournament games. Go Thunderbirds.
All righty, folks. Hey, welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout. For big-time banking with Home Team Field, Zions Bank is for you. Rich Rebels bring it across half court after the turnover. Miss on the layup. A little contact, no call.
Nice rebound by Myers.
Montague to Myers. Dalton back out. Myers 3. Got it! Bryce Canyon City 3 ties it up.
David, we got a ball game here.
Oh, man, these semifinal games. You know, in the 1A state tournament, I think everybody would agree with me. I'll argue with you till I'm blue in the face. Sometimes some of the best games of the tournament are these semifinal games. And today hasn't disappointed.
A lot of contact on the drive and a lot of contact on the rebound, and the officials are letting them play. Hoffman takes it to the rack and puts the Rebels back on top.
I thought the officiating's been great. They are letting them play, but it's consistent on both ends.
Yeah,
you know?
and I'm good with that. You know, as long as it's consistent, they let them play. I would much rather watch that than a lot of fouls.
Yeah, you want players to win or lose it.
Dribble drive, penetration won't go. Tipped out, pulled down by Lundgren. Left wing 3, got it from the sideline. Bryce Canyon City 3. Both teams firing from long range. Dalton at the high post. Reverse pivot, kicks it out left wing. Montague, Meyer dribbles in. Dalton steps up 3. That one's off the front of iron.
Oh!
But Hey, we've got a dead ball. We've got Tyler Gibb with the sideline report down there on.
During that last timeout, the focus in the Rich huddle, Cole Westwood has been on fire in this game. Jaden Desch was heard coming over saying he's not going to miss. We can't leave him open. Before the game, the Rebel coaching staff said they're going to win this game with defense. So a hot shooting start in the first half for Piute. We'll see if that continues. Back to you guys.
And on that, on the inbounds, a foul on 44, Jessen.
Coach Jessen having a little conversation with the official down there.
Well, I think he's looking at those fouls. It's 5-1. Could play a role here as we close out the half.
Was that Desch at the foul line? 11, I think. Made them both from the Legacy's Hardware free throw line. It was tied up at 28, and the Rebels have been on a 7-0 run. Now lead 35-28. Dalton Westwood with the rebound, elevates and scores.
Good job with that little head fake, getting the defenders out of position for the easy basket. Weston quick on the dribble. He's fouled on the dribble penetration. Just really quick off that dribble, that first step. You got to jump in front of that.
You know,
Best you can.
That move right there, David, has really opened up the offense, I think, for Rich tonight. They've been able to kick out or somebody's cut to the basket. Been impressive.
At the Legacy's Hardware free throw line, Weston makes his first. We're missing Elizabeth this year, David, and but she's watching and taking care of us from afar as Drake Weston makes them both. Myers step up three, bangs it in.
Boy, Rich punches it out to 7, and then another crucial three gets hit. I'll tell you.
That's 5 in this second quarter.
Ice in the veins for those Piute shooters.
Nice penetration, won't go. Meyer with the rebound. One to beat from behind, a reach-in foul. Myers on the dribble, attacking. That's the second Rebel foul with 52 seconds to go in the first half. Hoffman's second foul. So Daniel Smith will come in for the Rebels, the junior. Montague, Myers to Westwood, Jessen, Dalton, and then a reach-in foul on Cornea.
You know, I think Coach Jessen's conversation with the refs is paying off here a little bit.
Absolutely. If you want to watch one of the most animated coaches you've ever seen, watch Coach Jessen. The three by Montague doesn't fall. Outlet pass ahead. Meyer walls up, and Cornea kicks it back out around the perimeter. Smith, Weston up top. Jessen absolutely lives the game physically during the game.
Yeah, I was going to say we got to get the guy some electrolytes during the halftime.
Three, got it from the parking lot. Jaden Desch, Bryce Canyon City three.
Just a dagger.
And a reach around, quick hands. They're going to get another one.
Oh! Almost goes at the half, 40-33. We'll take a quick break. You're watching 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Windy Mesa Studio on TeamHive.live and KTT 8.1, as well as KSLSports.com.
It's time for championship basketball, and Lamb Excavating, located in Orderville, Utah, wishes all teams the best of luck in the postseason. Lamb Excavating can help you with all of your excavation needs, from gravel to chip seal and any other excavating. No job is too big or too small. Give Darwin and the boys a call, 435-648-2399. 1-8. Now let's play some ball.
Welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center halftime, Southern Utah University halftime, as we get set for it's the Rich Rebel cheerleaders.
You know, Mike, not sure if it's this way at Rich, but Tapiona, if you go to a girls' game, there aren't cheerleaders because they're all playing basketball. The boys' game, they have a million cheerleaders that are the basketball players, so that's kind of cool. You know, and to think they're out there cheering while the other players, teams and stuff are resting their legs too, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty unique in 1A that a lot of students can,
you know, don't you think the educational and the life experience in the 1A classification has got to be superior to almost any? I mean, you get in, you want to learn what you want to be in life. You can try a little bit of everything. That's what I love about these schools.
Yeah, and a lot of these kids are involved in student government, FCCLA, debate, and, you know, a lot of other non-sport things too on top of the sports and athletics. And I know in Bryce Valley, they actually start working from April through October because of tourism. And so that on top of everything, they're just really busy and they handle it really well. And
you know, to me, it just develops really well-rounded, good people, and I think that's pretty impressive.
You know, it prepares you for college. You got to work, you got to study, you got to, you know, you're busy, and you understand that.
Yeah.
And you just handle that well and do well in school, and you really just got to work hard. Really, anything that's worth, you know, holding value, you really have to work for that.
Yeah.
Mike, what do we have for the scoring?
At the half,
we're just over here shooting the breeze.
I know, turnovers have been the real demise so far in this first half. 8-2 in the first quarter. Well, it's been 4 a quarter for the T-Birds. Only 2 turnovers for Rich Rebels. Rebounds are fairly even. Piute doing a good job, 11 rebounds to 8. So a little bit of offense coming off the extra 6 turnovers makes up for a lot of points.
Where are we in three-pointers, Mike? Because, boy, that really, I thought, in the second quarter was the hallmark of
Piute is 7 of 13.
Wow,
and Rich is 3 of 8.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Piute really heated up, and there are a number of those shooters out there that just look really comfortable behind the arc.
You know,
absolutely.
Both teams right around that 50% mark, you know, 40-50% from the three-point line. That's pretty good.
Piute, Cole Westwood has 10 points. Blake Dalton has 7. Will Meyer with 8. Kel Blood with 3. Taven Jessen with 5 points, all of which in the first quarter. I noticed Coach Jessen took him out a couple times for him to kind of get a breather, maybe regroup in that second quarter and get his momentum going for the second half.
You know, I thought there was an adjustment from Rich on Taven. He got off really early on a couple shots and was really creating some space for himself inside. And you saw that zone collapse a lot quicker on him.
Absolutely. That was a good catch, good point there. Felt the same thing. And for Rich, Drake Weston, 4 points. Jaden Desch, 7. Ridge Lundgren with 10 points, 2 threes. Jaden Cornea has 4 points. Carter Hoffman with 6. Carson Muirbrook with 9. This seven-point lead for the Rebels at the half is not unsurmountable.
I don't think so. We saw Piute bring it down to just a few points a number of times. They get on a string of threes, and it closes the gap fast.
Absolutely. This has been your Southern Utah University halftime report.
Hey, Mike, let's cut to a couple of our advertisers, our sponsors. Hey, we couldn't do this without them. You know, a lot of equipment, a lot of staff involved, and we hope you're enjoying the games. We really try our best to bring you a good quality produced game, and Mike's kind of dropped a little bit with me on the mic tonight, but hey, we'll roll with it. But let's cut to some of our ads, and we'll be right back, and we'll talk about some of the initiatives the University of Utah is doing throughout the state. Okay.
Last Chance Lumber is located in Circleville, Utah and specializes in custom rough cut lumber. They offer quality products at fair prices. Contact Scott Dalton today at 435-231-3263 for your next order. Go T-Birds!
Unlock the potential of your land with Lutz Construction, specializing in excavation and landscape. We're your go-to contractor in Utah and Idaho. Whether it's laying a foundation, designing a rock wall, or snow removal, we've got you covered. Our skilled team ensures quality results for both residential and commercial projects. With Lutz Construction, your project isn't just another job, it's a blueprint for your dreams. Contact us today and let's start building your future. Check out our website at diglutzconstruction.com.
The town of Marysville wishes all participating teams good luck in the postseason tournaments. Located in Piute County, Marysville is known for its various ATV trails and gorgeous scenery. They host many annual events with activities for the whole family. Go Thunderbirds!
Are you looking for a way to bring character and brilliance to your home? Morgan Builders is proud to offer premium accent and security lighting. Our lighting solutions are fully customizable, tailored to suit your unique style and preferences. For a free quote, call Lynn Morgan today at 435-616-5035.
We're here with Taylor Randall. We did a Fab Rats trivia, Mike.
Yeah,
what was the question?
Who is Taylor Randall? Well, the answer is he's the president of the University of Utah. Taylor, thanks for being here today.
I appreciate you having me come down. I met David a number of years ago. He started me explaining to me about what you guys do here. I said, you know, David, it's been my lifetime dream to broadcast a game. And he said, well, it'll cost you a little bit in sponsorship, but I think after 5 years we'll let you do it. So here we are.
Hey, you know what? I've noticed
long-term endowment.
And he was the dean of the School of Business at the time, but since has been accepted the assignment as the president of the university. And you know, we've done our little homework on you too. And if you can't tell, he bleeds red. He's
it's a little
he's got
much.
His shoes and his shirt, his sweater on.
Yeah.
Really playing the role tonight. But always an ambassador for the university and the state of Utah. We're doing a little research on some of the goals the university have. One of your goals is 3.4 million improved lives of all Utahns. Can you talk to us a little bit about that goal and that initiative?
Yeah, you know, I've been the president of the university for about 2.5 years, and a couple things I've discovered. Number one, we have some incredible educational institutions in this state, from Snow College to SUU to Utah Tech and UVU. But one of the things we do is we're known as the state's flagship, and that means we do a few things differently than some of the others. And part of our mission is to make sure that people don't think that we're just a Salt Lake university. We have the state's medical school. We have the state's law school. A lot of things like that. And one of the remarkable things I've learned is that every year we have students from every county in the state of Utah. And every one of them brings some tremendous value to our university, and we couldn't be who we are without them. And so one of our number one goals is to make sure that every single Utahn feels like the University of Utah is contributing back to the thriving life that we live here in the state. I'm a lifelong Utahn. My mother grew up in St. George when it was 1A, by the way. She played softball, and she played basketball and tennis, and she's probably listening tonight, and she will want me to say that I got my athletic ability from my mom, not my father.
Not your dad.
But I've had an appreciation for the citizens of this state, and we just want them to make sure that they know we're here for them.
Well, Taylor, I've noticed a difference. You've been doing some kind of outreach missions and tours throughout the state of Utah. We had the University of Utah at our local high school. We covered Piute, Wayne County and Garfield County schools, and we had a career fair there at Ruby's Inn, Ebenezer's Barn and Grill, and University of Utah had a booth there reaching out to students. So I feel like you're executing your mission well, and we appreciate that. You know, we want to be part of the University of Utah and make sure our students know that's an option.
Well, thanks. These two teams playing tonight, we've got well over a dozen students that have applied to our university this year.
That's impressive.
And they haven't decided, because you don't have to decide until May, but, you know, if any of them are listening, go Utes. We'd love to have you.
Right. Well, that's awesome.
Well, Mike, let's wrap it up. Let's
we'll
get back to the action.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with live action after this.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to the Bryce Canyon Mule Days. Join us in Tropic, Utah the first week in May. for guided mule rides, vendors, food, and fun, featuring arena events including ranch sorting. Then Friday night, a live concert featuring Bram Hill. And the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
This play-by-play sportscast is brought to you by Myers Family Dental. A better life starts with a beautiful smile. Located in Circleville, Utah, Myers Family Dental is a proud supporter of Piute High School athletics. Good luck, Thunderbirds.
All righty, folks, welcome back off the timeout. 1A state championship basketball from the Sevier Valley Center. We're going to send it down to Tyler Gibb on our sideline.
Coming out of the break, talking to Coach Cornea. Before the game, he talked about the trust that these guys have developed, and that's why he thinks that they have what it takes to win it all. He said it takes time to build that trust, but he feels that his guys have done that. On the other side for Piute, Coach Jessen talked about the absence of Jackson Westwood and how everybody needs to step up, and they've got a balanced scoring attack. Guys are stepping up and making shots. They'll have to continue to see that in the second half to fight their way back. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Tyler.
Jessen going into the bench to try to save that loose ball. I'll tell you, they're coming out hard with some hustle.
Yeah, laying his body on the line to try and get the ball. Rebel ball. 40-33. That's Muirbrook. He has 2 fouls from that first half. 3-point on the way. Got it. Bryce Canyon City 3. Carter Hoffman.
First time we've seen double-digit lead in this game. We'll see how Piute responds.
Skip pass cross court to Westwood. Up top, Meyer. Dalton, that zone, that kind of a 2-1-2 zone or a 2-3 that's packed in the middle, is plugging that up. There's nowhere for Dalton to go.
They really want him to shoot over the top, don't they? And I think they've probably seen the stats. Without Jackson Westwood, the leading three-point shooter, they feel like they can win on this.
Yeah, that's you add Jackson Westwood's three-point shooting ability and his ball handling and his defense. I'd like to have seen the matchups. That helps create. Muirbrook dribble drive left hand, spins back to the middle, another fake, shot up, won't go, rebound, pulled down by Dash, who brings it back out. Dalton rebound up top.
Both these teams know where they like to take their shots. Sign of great coaching on both sides.
Great recovery there. Jessen looked, he was squaring up for a shot. 3 up by Blood won't go. But quick, Hoffman recovers to the corner. Baseline drive, shot won't go. Rebound, Dalton for T-Birds.
One influence Jessen has, that penetration. He has to adjust his shot just enough to make it a little awkward, and Jessen doing his role on defense.
Baseline jumper, Taven Jessen won't go. Rebound over the top. Left side, Dash gives it off to Cornea. 3 on the way. Bryce Canyon City 3 for Ridge Lundgren. Back-to-back threes extend that lead, the largest lead of the game, 46-33. Timeout, T-Birds. We'll take one as well. The state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon City on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
Penguich Drugstore on Main Street in Penguich has provided pharmacy services for over 100 years and 4 generations. Refill your prescriptions online at drugstorewest.com or give them a call at 435-676-2212.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Penguich City Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Penguich Main Street from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, the show will be at the Penguich City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all truck drivers that make our communities better, so why not show off their trucks? We wish all teams success.
Piute County Special Service District 1 provides community services to all of Piute County. Bookmobile, recreation, waste management, EMS, and school support. Wishing the T-Birds success.
All right, off the timeout. For banking designed to help you score more, Zion's Bank is for you.
You know, Mike, Scott Anderson, we work with Zion's Bank at Ruby's Inn, and always a great supporter of rural Utah. And Taylor and I were talking about this broadcast when the Utah Symphony came to Bryce Canyon, and Scott Anderson's wondering what we were talking about. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to participate too.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Westwood draws the fouls. He goes to the back. So Nathan Thatcher, he's down on one of our sideline cameras. He comes up and he's like, look at this picture of the fence that Taven hit. And, man, Taven Jessen left his permanent mark in history on the
Sevier Valley Center railing. Bent one of the bars completely.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you, I'll be honest, I would not advise taking a charge from Taven.
Laid up and in on the breakaway. Cornea.
The Rebels continue to push that ball up the floor. The T-Birds got to make that adjustment to be able to get back and deny that.
Yeah, Coach Jessen, I'm sure, took that last time out, asked his team to dig deep. This is a critical moment in the game for the T-Birds.
Another three as Ridge Lundgren is absolutely on fire from the Bryce Canyon City three-point line. His fourth of the game. He has 16 points.
Has a little bit of swagger there, doesn't he, Mike, as he takes that step back?
When you hit four in the first three quarters, probably entitled to it's. You know, it's always it's like,
yeah.
Is it confidence or is it cocky? Well, if you're draining threes like that, it's just you're confident.
Look, no judgment from me, Mike. No judgment from me.
You know, he's hit 49 on the season, but if you look at their top, 5 scores or so, 49, 37, 3, 14, 20, and 7 three-pointers on the season. They like to let it rain.
Yeah, it also explains a lot why their scoring average per game is so high.
Dalton's shot up won't go in. Muirbrook with the rebound, outlet pass. Nice block. Will Meyer gets back and blocks the layup by Weston. T-Birds getting back on the defense in transition that time. Jessen looks at the three, drives in. Tipped away, picked up by Dalton.
Good job by the T-Birds stopping that fast break. Rebels had numbers, and they recover.
Meyer three won't go, but Blood there for the rebound. Dalton draws the foul.
That foul is going to go against Cornea.
A second. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. This state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Mule Days on KSLSports.com.
It's that time of year again where we're cheering on our hometown teams. The town of Randolph would like to wish the Rich Rebels good luck at the state tournament. Go Rebels!
Garcane Propane proudly sponsors Region 20 basketball. We are here to meet your propane needs. Call us 800-747-5403.
What do you think Piute needs to do to kind of turn this around to end this quarter?
Well, it's gonna have to come on the defensive end. They've got to get a stop. And then, they've got to let the defense drive their offense. You need the engine of the defense to drive the car.
I think you're right. Couple steals. They got a few of those in the first half, and then they hit those threes. That's when it got close.
So we'll see what happens. Coach Jessen doing everything he can to get every ounce of everything out of these young men. It's the thing I love about sports. It teaches you can push yourself so much harder and further than you ever imagined.
Yeah, you think about all the lessons we all learned from coaches, their patience, and pushing us a little bit.
You know, the older I get, the greater appreciation I have for that, too, my coaches. I mean, they had to have a lot of patience with me as a kid, but, you learn a lot of life skills from those coaches, and they're not only coaching boys, they're raising men.
Blood from downtown. Ball goes out of bounds. Be Rebel ball. T-Birds still scoreless in this third period. 11-0 run in the third for the Rebels. Inside to Muirbrook. Drop steps left, and he's fouled by Blood.
I'm sure Blood's a little frustrated there. He was just straight up with his hands, but refs thought that was a little lean-in.
Not much. I don't know what else he could have done differently there.
He looked vertical, but those are the judgment calls you make.
At the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, Muirbrook shots off the mark.
Muirbrook just looks confident out there, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
He gets the ball in the post. He pivots hard. Very little hesitation. Got great form on the shot.
2 of 5 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line for Muirbrook. The high post, Dalton kicks it out to Westwood. 3 on the right wing.
There we go.
Canyon City 3. Coach Jessen likes the momentum. He'll call a timeout and try to build on that. We'll take one as well. This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese on TeamHive.live.
Rocky Mountain Fencing, located in Payne, which has been serving southern Utah for over 20 years. Owner Marquet Engelstead is a proud supporter of Region 20. Give Marquet a call today, 435-463-1659.
At State Bank of Southern Utah, we're not just your bank, we're your partners in financial success. With personalized service and a commitment to your goals, we're here for you every step of the way. State Bank of Southern Utah, where relationships matter.
If you are buying or refinancing a home, did you know you can request your own title company? Keep business local and request security title for all your title, closing, and escrow needs. Travis and Hillary wish all team success in the postseason tournaments.
That timeout brought to you by Zions Bank. For game-winning banking with home team feel, Zions Bank is for you.
We were just enjoying the Rich Band. They're fantastic. They've been here the last 2 games for the women and the men.
That pep band is kind of a lost art in the small schools.
Baby!
My!
My goodness! Oh, Dash with the dunk and the hang.
You would call that a flush, I believe.
Oh, man.
You see the elevation there. When was the last time you were that high, David?
Well, the statutes of limitations ran out. No. Oh my goodness, that was a great dunk. I could see him driving baseline, and I thought, I wonder if he can dunk. And sure enough,
Meyer gets called for travel.
Hey, Aiden, can you put that up on the replay?
Oh, you already did.
Let's see that. That is a dunk. We've seen some great dunks in this tournament, and that of all the dunks, Coach Jessen wants a tee. You wonder, is he complaining because he hung on the rim a little too much?
He did a little swinging on the rim.
I think if I could do that, that's probably what I'd do.
I would too.
It'd be worth the tee.
Coach Jessen may just be trying to get a little motivation in the team.
Yeah, true.
Have you ever done that before coaching, Dave?
Oh, yeah. Probably a little too much sometimes. But Jessen's really the master at it. You can see he really lit him up, but then he always follows it up with a good, hey, just do my job,
Yeah.
I won't tell the story about coaching baseball with him, but in between games, I'll tell you about it. It was wild. He will defend his players. Let's just put it this way. If I go into battle, I want Coach Jessen on my team.
That's one of the things you learn from coaches. How to be loyal to people, stick with them.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, some great dunks in the tournament. And Mike, of all the dunks I've ever seen in a basketball tournament, in the words of Rod Syrett, that's one of them.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Our Rod Syrett has been one of our cameramen. He's videoed Bryce Valley basketball for, I don't know, 35 years.
Since I played, there's videos in the filing cabinet. That's my father-in-law. There's videos in the cabinet of back when I played basketball.
He retired this year, and after the game, that was one of his lines, of all the basketball games I've ever seen. And you're thinking there's coming some like real important point, and he's like, that was one of them. 3-point basket won't go. 38-56. Dalton spins into the middle, kicks it. Montague baseline short corner jumper, no. Rebound pulled out of there by Weston.
Weston's played a real solid game. A floor general, seems to know his spots, controls the ball really well.
Lundgren hands off to Cornea. Blocked out of there by Myers.
Myers just hangs in the air with that arm straight up and gets the block. Jessen and Muirbook working hard down low. Really getting physical.
Screen. Miss on the layup. Jessen with the rebound, passes it out. And Dash on fire.
Right at the buzzer. Puts the lead at 21. A really good quarter for Rich. I think the highlight was the defensive effort. That zone really changed the game. I thought the difference in the adjustment at halftime is they brought the guy from down low right up into the middle to disturb that inside pass that Piute had been using.
And they've got some takeaways on that there.
They have. So nice adjustment at the half and really shut down the Piute offense.
This is 1A State Championship Basketball brought to you by Larry H. Miller, Utah Summer Games on 1aball.com and KSLSports.com.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. With the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The ice ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at rubysinn.com.
Stan's Mark and Piute Trail RV Park is your one-stop shopping for gas, groceries, and camping supplies in Circleville. Let's go T-Birds.
Start the fourth quarter. We're going to send you down to our sideline reporter, Tyler Gibb.
Yeah, guys, with Coach Jessen picking up that technical foul, he lost his privilege to stand up. He has to sit down, which we all know is the opposite of how Coach Jessen usually coaches. He tried to ask the ref if he could just stand up, but he didn't let him. On the other side, for Rich, the back of their warm-ups say right here, right now. They knew this could be a special season. They're 8 minutes away from clinching a berth in the championship. Now is that time, right here, right now. Back to you guys.
As Ridge Lundgren hits his fifth Bryce Canyon City three, and he's got one in every quarter and two in the third.
Well, Tyler's observations about Rich were spot on. If this game holds where it is, I think they'll look back at that third quarter and the devastating Desh dunk as the highlight of moving them on to the finals.
Muirbook's shot just barely rimmed out on that one.
A block on Muirbrook.
Muirbrook's third foul, Mike.
He's slow to get up.
Hey, Mike, how about, we've been doing this a while, 15 years. I just want to give a shout out to the guys that helped us get going. We had Zach and
Gary McKee.
And Gary McKee out of Ridge County. They started this back in 2008. And Micah and I got involved in 2009. We helped them. They helped us, showed us how to do it, and we covered our region tournament and then helped them out of state. 15 years, Mike. I go to sleep at night sometimes, all I hear is Mike calling play-by-play.
Guys, this is one of the great stories of Utah sports broadcasting. We got to get you guys in a Hall of Fame.
Oh
somewhere.
no!
Oh yeah.
Hey, we
weren't
have fun
soliciting
with
for
this.
that. We love doing it. It's a great passion, and when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, sure appreciate that," that makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
Dalton at the Lacey Ace Hardware free throw line.
And Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty there in the Bear Lake area. Great, always a great supporter of the tournaments.
You get up to Bear Lake often. One of my favorite spots in Utah.
Oh, beautiful. The
Crystal blue
Caribbean,
water.
what do they call it? The Caribbean of the West.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. Oh, took
Tough.
a good hit off Jessen. You're not going to work your way through that screen, Mike.
No.
Jessen.
You're not. You can see why that bar on the barrier over there is bent.
Yeah.
But Jessen probably has one of the kindest hearts you'll ever meet. He reaches down, picks up Dash. He's like, hey, sorry.
You know, one year when you were gone, Mike, Taven, Piute came to town to Bryce Valley, and he was probably 7th grade maybe. I asked him to come up and call the game with me, and he did his best. Good memory.
Over the back on Dash.
Good box out that time by Piute. Good, solid, fundamental basketball.
Makes it easy for the official when you actually box out. They can see the contact. If two players are just going for a ball, it's really hard. And people are always saying, oh, that's over the back. It's like, well, you got to box out first.
You do.
If you jump straight up, that's your space. But once the box out comes, then you've invaded their space.
Let's see if we can get a run here by Piute.
6 minutes to go in the ball game. Dalton to Blood.
Boy, you hope they can.
Nice up and under.
Fantastic reverse.
Dalton, 3 points here in the fourth.
You know what I liked about that? Dalton made a spectacular play, the up and under, and he got back to shut off the quick outlet. Hustle all the way around.
Dalton is a hard-working young man. He's a great baseball player as well. Fun young man to be around.
Taylor and Mike, may I digress? It is the Caribbean of the Rockies, not of the Utah or the West.
The Caribbean of the Rockies.
Zach McKee, one of our great My Sports guys, friends, got me straight there. Caribbean of the Rockies.
We appreciate that. Anytime anybody can correct you, David, it puts a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching State Championship Basketball brought to you by Ruby's Inn on KSLSports.com.
Utah Independent Bank, locally owned with branches to serve you in Beaver, Salina, Monroe, and Milford. Our loan officers and staff are ready to serve you for all your banking needs. Bank with people you know and trust. Get custom banking with custom ideas and custom solutions at Utah Independent Bank.
This is the moment. You're here. Where you belong, you belong, you belong.
Trust your smile to Cody Wilson. Located in Cedar City, Wilson Orthodontics creates a fun, efficient environment while perfecting your smile. Schedule an appointment today, 435-586-8980.
Windy Mesa Studios in Panguitch is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014. Mayor Scott Sabie, along with the town board and the elected officials of the city of Woodruff, want to wish the Rich Rebels good luck in sports, academics, and all they do in life. Good luck, Rebels.
Hey, Mike, we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Hey, Rod
Off the
Cyrus
timeout.
says, right on, give credit where credit's due, as the cameraman for I don't know how long.
You know, guys, this is a spectacular tournament that you guys get to cover every year. High quality
Is that
basketball.
our cord?
And it's not often you guys get to be this.
Better go check.
It's not often you guys get to be the star of the game.
You want to go down and check that?
We go check, Mark. Oh, great. We might be in trouble, Mike. Our free throw camcord. Hey, Mark.
Mark's like, I'm not going to go down there.
I don't think it's our basketball cord, though.
We'll be back after this.
The Piute County Chamber of Commerce welcomes you to the greatest playground in central Utah. Many recreation opportunities are found with horseback riding, hiking, rock hounding, river rafting, and of course ATVing. Come and enjoy Piute County. Go T-Birds!
At State Bank of Southern Utah, we're not just your bank, we're your partners in financial success. With personalized service and a commitment to your goals, we're here for you every step of the way. State Bank of Southern Utah, where relationships matter.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
All right. It was the cord. It wasn't our cord, thank heavens. But Tyler Gibb on the sideline. Tyler, we're down to you.
Yeah, the delay was because a cord was hanging down from underneath the basket. The officials didn't want anybody to jump up and get their arm caught in. They thought it might be a delay, but they were able to shove it back into the pad up underneath. So play resumes. Back to you guys.
Myers hits the floor hard on that.
Kind of comes up rubbing his knee, and that's going to be last touched by the Rebels. Cornea out of bounds.
Yeah, we've got an iPod with a wraparound kind of tripod and a holder attached to it with a long power cord.
Jessen for three off the back iron.
I thought that one was going to go down, to be honest
looked
with you.
good.
Didn't it look good as it left his hand?
It did.
We're coming up on the 4:30 mark of this game. We're gonna need Piute to dig deep.
Bounce pass inside. Muirbrook put the English on that ball to get it to bounce backwards.
You know, this Mike, and Taylor, this is where I like the shot clock. Normally a team could hold it. If you have great ball handlers, you can just hold it and just let that clock churn. Oh, follow up.
Nobody boxed out.
Yeah, do you remember back those days when we didn't have a shot clock, and there are a few of those teams that had just hold it four corners until they could get it back.
Nice touch pass down
Fantastic.
to Jessen and one.
Old-fashioned way here. Let's see if Jessen can convert.
Yeah, those in a game like this, you could just hold it. You had to foul. This way, you don't have to foul and get the ball back, but the clock definitely your friend when you're holding on to a.
It certainly changed the college game. You remember old Don Haskins down at UTEP, and even Dean Smith at North Carolina used to run the four-corner style. It was.
See, and we're very familiar with that in 1A because Enterprise won multiple state championships with that strategy under Coach Shirtliff. And it was tough to play against.
I mean, he'd get the lead and the game was over. I mean, you just knew it was
two to 4 point lead, and he'd go into that.
Yeah.
And my coach said, "Well, we're going to just stand in the corner and hold the ball because you're going to beat me by 19 to 15."
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do.
I think certainly one of the great improvements in the game. There have been a lot of fun innovations over time. I love the three-point line. Some people think it's controversial.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely changed the game, but it's made it a lot more exciting too, I think. Rebound by Ridge Lundgren.
Shots just not falling for the T-Birds, and you wonder if it's just fatigue. Hard game last night, not playing, down a man.
They came out in the press. I really like what they did. Oh, my goodness.
Swatted out of there by Blake Dalton. That's a highlight.
But the Rich Rebels really not giving them a lot of space either. They're really quick on offense, and they're really quick to react and pressure on defense.
One of these days, so Blake Dalton's nickname's Debbie. And I don't know why they call him that, but all of his friends call him Debbie, and that wasn't the block that you'd get out of a Debbie.
I would not think.
Oh! And a hard foul. And a great job by Noah Perry. They call the intentional foul, which it looked like it. There was a Noah Perry grabs Ridge Lundgren because he absolutely was going to look like he was going to go back in to retaliate or something, and his teammate grabbed him like, hey, let's take this. Let's look at the big picture here.
Always good to have teammates, isn't it, Mike?
That's right. Because that was a hard foul, and that's the 5th foul on Kel Blood. Yeah, they called it intentional foul. So Rich will get the 2 shots and the ball back. Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
So we might mention, Gary McKee is asking about Cornea, if that's Coach Cornea's son, the player, and it's not. But he said Lundgren is the girl coach's son, and I guarantee you he's grown up in the gym.
Sure looks like it.
He's been playing amazing.
David, was your dad ever your coach?
He never was. Never was. I've coached a lot of my kids.
What's it like coaching your child?
So I learned that before my kids, nice little Euro step.
Will Meyer with a beautiful move.
I learned that my kids weren't going to play for a high school coach without being coached by somebody else.
Is that right?
My boy Daxton, I was in a game and he kind of got mad and lost his cool, and I sat him on the bench for the last 3 minutes of the game. And I said, you know what? He's got to play for somebody else. So I quit coaching 8th grade basketball. I coached up through the 6th grade, but I said, I'm done at that. So anyways, hey, let's cut to some
this is state championship basketball brought to you by the University of Utah on KSLSports.com and KTTA 8.1.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
For banking that helps you power forward, Zions Bank is for you. Zions Bank timeout all through the tournament.
Before the timeout, we had David going on coaching your own kid.
And that's why I drafted that post this morning about Coach Jetson coaching his son, his baby, the last one with his kids, and because I've experienced it, know what it's like, but he's handled it exceptionally well. And we've had a lot of coaches through the 1A ranks coach their kids. Coach Barney's coached some great players of his own kids, and for Panguitch and a lot of the schools. But what a choice experience to be able to do that and really try to mold and shape your own son. But in reality, Mike, you'd agree with me. You've coached a lot. You really start to look at them as all of your own boys, and you're just trying to really make a difference in their lives.
Dalton with the turnaround jumper gets it. Absolutely.
Although my threshold for pain, that's how Mike and I got to be good friends. I'm older than Mike, but we coached high school basketball for 2 years together as assistant coaches at Bryce Valley. And
what was your record?
First year, we were probably 50-50 first year. Second year, we had a great state tournament. Took the Bobcats to double overtime. Just lost on
the quarterfinal game.
Yeah, made the quarterfinal game. Great appearance at the state tournament. We had some great players that could shoot and play. You spread the floor, they were going to get to the basket. So it was a good time. But our coaches don't get enough credit. You make a stipend, but it doesn't even pay your gas to go to practice.
No, it's a job of passion, isn't it? You can tell both these coaches we got out there tonight are just that way.
Rich just stood out there and ran the shot clock down, took a lane violation or a shot clock violation to get the subs into the game. Westwood, 3 won't go.
Westwood's kind of been quiet this second half.
Rebound Smith. Pass ahead. Nice fake.
Carter Grohl.
To say some of those names, David, you're going to have to pull up.
I'm on it.
They're not on my.
We've seen some Grohls for Rich, too.
A lot of girls over the years.
On a holding foul. That's going to go on Daniel Smith on the rebound, or are they going to give that to Jessen?
No, I think it's on number 4, Daniel Smith.
Yeah. Jessen had good position in there. He's going to get a couple foul shots here.
So the Rebels giving some of their players opportunities here in this big semifinal game.
What a thrill for some of these folks that spend a lot of time at the end of the bench. They're the scrub team. They're often trying to run the defenses of opposing teams. They put a lot out there. They're actually the guys that make the starters.
You know, and
they don't get enough credit for it.
If you have 5, if you have your main 5 and another 5 that are just right there, as competitive and as talented, think about that. Every practice is a game, and then maybe as good of a game that you have during the week against an opponent as you're playing against your teammates.
Now think about this. Piute's girls team, they won in a buzzer beater to play in the 5th, 7th place game tomorrow. They have 7 girls on the entire team, JV through varsity. How do you run a practice with 7?
4 on 4?
That is stamina. My goodness, yeah. What do you do there?
Taven Jessen, hugged by his dad there on the sideline, realizing they're not going to advance to that state championship game. But hey, what a great team. And let's talk about some of those players for the T-Birds into the game. We've got number 2, Logan Bowles, I believe. Number 40, Brage Millett. Number 20, Gunnar Eliason. 21, don't have 21 on Deseret News. Sorry, folks.
You know, I'm watching Taven Jessen go over the sideline after an incredible game. Of course, it's not ending the way he wants, but just watching how his team responds to him, what a leader. I look here, and you know, Eric, Coach Jessen at the beginning of the year wanted to emphasize team effort, and I think he got it out of him tonight. 100%. Didn't have one of their stars, but boy, just a lot of fight in this team.
That's a tough thing. You're so close in this semifinal game to playing for your lifelong dream of a state championship. And, you know, you've got Jackson Westwood, Cole Westwood, Kell Blood, all seniors.
Yeah, it's been a fun group to watch come through the ranks over the years. Just really a competitive, hardworking group of young men, leaders in their school and their community.
You can sure tell they know how to play together.
Oh, yeah.
They know which way each other are cutting. It was a beautiful ball to watch.
You know, we used to have a lot of private schools in 1A that they just show up for that year and play. But most of these young men have been playing, of course, on the elementary playground since kindergarten, but really organized basketball since about 3rd grade and all together. They really mesh well, Taylor. That's a good point.
All right, 70-49 is your final. We'll take a quick break and be back with the Ruby's In postgame report and highlights after this.